Hey everybody, how are you? This is Adrian. It is Thursday. It is 6:30, and I know I was missing last Thursday and I hadn't been posting. It's been a thing. Not a bad thing, it's just a good thing. Like sometimes, I tell just like I tell my clients, I have to do it for myself as well. Sometimes you have to take a break from things. Sometimes you have to get out and have fun. Sometimes you have to you know, Yeah. So I've been out of the country for a little while. Yeah. I went to Mexico for almost a whole week, 6 days. So it was yeah. Went out for a little while, had a little fun. Hey Ed. Yeah. So what's been going on? What's been happening, everybody? What's Add to stream? Here I am. I don't know what happened. I don't know if y'all could see me this whole time. Who knows? So yeah, I'm back. Back like I never left. Bloop, bloop, boop, back. Okay. I don't know what was going on. So yeah, I took a trip to Mexico. One of my battle buddies, if y'all know, I'm retired from the army. So one of my battle buddies from the military celebrated her 50th. So I went to celebrate her 50th because y'all know I'm celebrating my 50th all year. So if anybody celebrate birthdays this year, I'm celebrating too. So she wants to go to Cabo. So that's what we did. Had a fabulous time. We did nightclubs, ATV, rode on a, we had our own private yachts. Um, and we just had a great time. And yeah, I got a little tan. I love to get darker. It just makes me seem brighter. Like my crazy behind. I came back after midnight on a Wednesday and I had clients scheduled for Wednesday morning. So yeah, don't ask. Uh so I saw clients. I'm like, oh, you look brighter with your hair up. And I'm like, it's not the hair up, it's the tan. So yes. So in that, because I always bring back talking points. So we were discussing because mostly everybody was of a certain age, and then there were, I think, two younger ones in their 20s, daughters of the birthday girl and the birthday girl's sister. So those were the young ones. The rest of us were late 40s and coming into 50s. So we were just discussing, like I put on my thing, uh, like, is it good to have children earlier in life or later in life? Is it good to get married earlier in life or later in life? Like, it was just conversation that we were having because everybody was on different tracks and areas, and some people had already been married twice. Some people had never been married. Some people didn't have children. Some had, you know, children that were older. Some people had children that were younger. So it's just one of those things that when you get a group of women, like, we discuss these things. And I would say for me, some people's like, "Oh, I wasn't ready to slow down, so it was good I had my child later." I was like, "I had mine earlier, and I don't even think that slowed me down, like, I just kept going." And it was like a fuel to make sure I just kept going, kept doing all the things and doing what I needed to do in life. Because I had my son at 20. I was already, had been in the military 2 years by the time I had him. So I had a lot more time to go. So I started early. And, it just, I just thought I'd pose the question for anybody who wanted to jump in on that. Like, what do you think? Do you think it's better to have children earlier or have children later? And about marriage, and I think for marriage, it just depends on who comes into your life, because everybody's not able to get married early. And some people don't want to get married early. I was one of those people. I figured I would never get married. I just had in my mind, I was like, I'll probably never get married. And then I did, and I was like, okay, I did that. And then, things happen. Um, so yeah. And it also makes you think about, and I do this like when I'm talking to, I just did my college talk at Central Piedmont Community College. So last week? My weeks are gone. I'm mixed up. I don't know. A week or two ago. And I talked to them about, their journey, their path. And some people believe that you need to know everything in life. Like, what are you going to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to study? How do you want it to look like? All that other stuff. And it's been, yeah. And I tell everybody, like, you don't have to know what you want to do even while you're in college. Sometimes you don't even, a lot of people don't know. And I used to beat up on myself like, oh, I went into the military. A lot of my friends are ahead of me with their school, what they want to do, and all this other stuff. But that was their journey. That's what they decided to do. That's what, that was their path. And Ed says early marriage doesn't help unless it's a real thing in the eyes of both. Yes. And in that, both people have to be ready. But again, you might think you're ready at 22. And then 25, you're like, whoa, what did I do? So sometimes just because you do it early and you think you're ready and you're like, oh, I know this is the one, this is my soulmate, we're gonna be together forever. And then 6 months later, stuff happens. So that's why, yeah. So both people have to be ready, as ready can be, and then willing to grow together and grow from what they're doing and where they want to go. And instead of growing apart, try to grow together. And sometimes people do grow apart and they'll come together and apart. And sometimes you can stay together through all that, but sometimes not always. And then some people can grow this way and their partner's here, and then their partner can catch up, and then their partner can grow. And then, there are just different ways for partners to grow. And it's up to the people in the relationship how they see it and what happens for them. And so, yeah, back to the schooling. When I spoke, some of the college kids didn't necessarily know what they wanted to do. Some had their life planned out for the next few years. And, I just let them know, like, you don't have to know. And also you don't have to do what other people want you to do. So I always say, take your own journey, take your own path. Think about what you want to do. Think about what it looks like. Um, it's I thought I was in 20 years changed ideas. I wish I had waited. And that's what happens sometimes. Not all the time. There's some people who get married at 12 and stay together till they're 82. So yeah. So everybody's different. So for those out there who are not sure what they want to do with their lives right now, don't worry, you can do it later. And for those who are looking at other people's lives like, oh, they got it all together, sometimes they don't. Sometimes some of those people just did what they could do, did what they knew how to do, did what they were probably told to do. Not everybody wants to be a doctor, lawyer, or a nurse. you know I didn't figure out what I wanted to do. I tell y'all this all the time. I didn't figure out what I wanted to do until I was 25, and it did not come to fruition until I was 40. So that goes to tell you, sometimes you know what you want to do. You just got to keep fighting for it. You have to keep working towards that goal. You have to, overcome, bounds and leaps and do all the things. And yeah, it's just one of those things. Don't let anybody tell you what is best for you. Because, if I had somebody on here, we'd probably be debating, no, it's better to have kids early. No, it's better to have kids late. Who am I to tell you what to do with your life? What has happened has happened. And what is going to happen is going to happen. So, do your thing. Do what's best for you. Do what works for you. And hope Facebook went out again. Oh, there, we're back. It said life doesn't have a schedule. You are correct. And that's why I always tell people, if you have your goal and you keep that goal in mind, and you just keep working towards it, there's no time limit to when you make it. Sometimes you just got to keep going forward. Forward and for it and forward. I was saying for it, but it sounded like forward. And I was like, oh, they both work. So you keep going for it and forward to reach your goals. So, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get me something to eat. I will say, man, I don't even know how I made it through yesterday. I was floating on fumes. I finished with my last client at 7:30, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch a little TV. I think I was asleep by 8 o'clock. Next thing I knew, it was 2 in the morning, and I went right back to sleep. And then I woke up again. I was like jet lag, partying too much, being glad I was back in my own bed. It was a whole lot to be thankful for. Safe travels, all that. So I just want to give another happy birthday to my battle buddy Tawana, and it was great to celebrate 50 with you, bringing it in, even though I'm a little older. Brought my 50 in. So she's the one that convinced me to have something for my birthday. I didn't have anything as big as Cabo. I celebrated the whole week, but I had a dinner, we went out, we hung out, just little stuff like that. So Ed said if it did, I would have scheduled what had happened in the last couple of years for another 50 years from now. He's talking about life having a schedule. Yes. If if it did have a schedule, I'd schedule a whole bunch of stuff out. Be like, no, we're gonna wait on that and push that back. Yes. No, I do understand. I do understand. So I don't know what the word is going to be for next week. I probably will have an announcement for you next week about something that me and a group of friends are doing. I say friends, we're business women doing business things, and you can come and join us. I'll be announcing that soon, probably next week. I don't have a word yet, so word of the week for next week will be coming soon. Yeah, I just put on this colorful shirt to represent happiness in Mexico and fun. I didn't put on a t-shirt to match that today, but next time. So yeah, it's great seeing everybody. Thank y'all for watching. Hugs and kisses. Love you all. And yeah. See y'all next Thursday, 6:30 p.m. We'll be talking about something. A lot. We'll be talking about a lot of something. So don't forget, if you wanna join me on Facebook, you have to let me know in advance so I can get you in the StreamYard. And that'll be it. So y'all have a great one, and see you next time. Love y'all.